Everyone's making plans for the weekend. The group chat is blowing up, someone's organizing a dinner, someone else wants to go out, and they're all waiting on you. And you look at your phone, read every message, and quietly put it face down. Not because you're sad, not because you don't care about them, but because the thought of staying home, just you, your space, your silence, feels like the first real breath you've taken all week. And somehow, that makes you the problem. Stay with me, because what's actually happening inside you is more fascinating than anyone gives you credit for. Let me paint a picture. You're maybe 10 years old. The house is loud, chaotic, full of people moving in every direction, and you find a corner. Maybe it's your room. Maybe it's a closet with a flashlight and a book. And in that corner, something in you goes quiet in the best possible way. The noise outside keeps going, but in here, you can finally hear yourself. You didn't know it then, but you were learning something important, that your inner world was worth protecting. Here's what nobody talks about. That child didn't become antisocial. They became someone who understands the difference between being around people and actually being restored. But here's the science. Psychologist Elaine Aron at Stony Brook University spent decades studying what she called the highly sensitive person, and one of her core findings was this. Roughly 20% of people have a nervous system that processes the world more deeply than others. More input, more stimulation, more everything. Not a flaw, a different threshold. And for these people, noise isn't just noise, it's data. It lands differently, it costs more. So when you close your door at the end of the day, your nervous system isn't shutting down, it's finally catching up. And then there's the research of psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi at the University of Chicago. He studied something called flow, that state where you lose track of time because you're so completely absorbed in what you're doing. He found that people who can access flow most easily are the ones who don't need external stimulation to feel alive. They carry their world inside them. Think about that. While everyone else is searching for the next event, the next place, the next experience to feel something, you already know how to feel everything, alone, in a room, on a quiet Tuesday. That is not isolation. That is a skill. But here's the part that trips people up. Not everyone who stays home is at peace. Some people are there because the world outside feels too dangerous to enter. Some are there because somewhere along the way, people disappointed them so many times that home became a hiding place, not a sanctuary. And there is a difference. A sanctuary is somewhere you return to full. A hiding place is somewhere you go to disappear. Ask yourself honestly, when you close that door, are you filling up or are you fading out? Only you know. And the fact that you're asking the question at all, that already tells you something. Because here is what is true about you. Nothing is wrong with you. You are not broken. You are not missing out. You are not failing at being human just because you don't need a crowd to feel complete. You are someone whose peace lives on the inside. Someone who figured out early that silence isn't empty. It's where you actually exist. That capacity, the ability to be alone without loneliness, researchers call it one of the highest forms of psychological maturity a person can develop. You didn't avoid the world, you chose yourself over the noise. That is not weakness. That is one of the quietly fiercest things a person can do. If this found you today, leave a quiet comment, just so others like you know they're not alone. And if you want more like this, subscribe. The next video might explain something about you that you've never quite had the words for, something you've always felt but never been able to